In this action-packed rooftop chase scene from Mission Impossible 6, Tom Cruise jumps across a large gap between two buildings. I want to know if this stunt could be possible in the real world. First, we must figure out how far he had to jump. When watching, it looks like he doesn't really jump up but goes for a long jump type liftoff. Because we don't know the exact buildings Cruise jumps between, we have no known measurements at all. We can use this triangle to find the measurements because if we find the change in horizontal distance and the time, we can calculate the velocity at which he must be moving to clear the gap. This line must be parallel to this bridge as it is a train bridge and train tracks must have a gradient less than 2% in a city to code, meaning this line is parallel to the ground as well. Given that Tom Cruise is a 5'7" guy, we can assume in this shot the total length is about 5 feet 6 inches due to the parallax from the camera as well as how his arm is reaching out making him stretch more and seem taller. If we take the measurements of 5'6" as the hypotenuse of the triangle, we can figure out the remaining sides to find horizontal length. In this triangle, the angles, measured with a protractor, are interestingly 30, 60, and 90 degrees, meaning the sides are 66 inches, 33 inches, and 57.157 inches. If we take the horizontal length, 57.157 inches, we can see that this can be placed on the jump length about 5 2/3 times. This means the horizontal distance jumped is about 324 inches or 26 feet 11 inches. This may seem far, but the long jump world record is 29 feet 2 inches without any drop to account for, meaning this jump with a crash on the other end is somewhat realistic. The only problem is that Cruise is not a professional track athlete. Next, we can figure out how long he is in the air, which will give us the maximum travel time. To find this, we can actually look at the frames as movies film in 24 frames per second. Upon further review, he was in the air for 23 frames, or 0.958 seconds. We can plug this into our kinematics equation. The change in x is equal to 324 inches, or 8.2296 meters. This is equal to v not t. T is 0.958 seconds. The change in x divided by the time gives us 8.59039 meters per second, or 19.215 miles per hour. This is very fast. This speed means you would have to run a 100-meter dash in 11.7 seconds, and this time would get you onto a D3 track team. I'm not a physicist, but I don't think a 55-year-old guy will be able to do this, even with a crash landing like Cruise's. In this behind-the-scenes footage, we can see the wires they used and how much they helped him jump the gap. He still broke his ankle in the crash though.